Recent Chicago defenses have been much like the old Hollywood studios with more stars than there are in the heavens. There is Dan Hampton in the fridge, and Wilbur Marshall, and Otis Wilson, and Richard Dent, and Gary Fensick, and of course Mike Singletary. Some of them already are gone or in their final days, but the core of that defense, tackle Steve McMichael, continues to pound ball carriers, now in his 13th Chicago season. Still at the top of his game, the Bears' Old Man River just keeps rolling along.
He stormed out of the Lone Star State like a Texas tornado. And now, more than a dozen years later, Chicago's Steve McMichael is still one of the most destructive pass rushers in the NFL. A noted off-the-field hellraiser who includes rattlesnake hunting among his hobbies, McMichael is a gridiron straight arrow on game day. No frills, no finesse. Just brute power and a clear understanding of his role.
I think I'm an excellent pass rusher. Not too many guys can block me one-on-one, because I like to hit.
McMichael has been hitting, sacking, and disrupting longer than any other defender on the Chicago roster.
I kind of gauge my season on how I do against him, but Steve's a great player. I tell you what, he's probably the most underrated player in the NFC, if not the NFL. He was so overshadowed by Hampton and Singletary. I don't think he ever got the glory that he deserved. I tell you what, the guy comes and he fights every game. He's always coming after you. He's a hard worker, and I know he works hard in the offseason. And I tell you what, anytime I battle him, I look forward to a long day.
Talent plays a big role, but experience sort of, rules over talent. And his experience, it's tough. It's tough to beat. He can do things that a young guy, a very young, talented guy couldn't do because he's seen it so many times. You can't fool him. He's a student of the game.
It's funny, Steve McMichael's a guy who has like this dual personality. He's nuts off the field, but on the field, he's very, very straight ahead, very meticulous, does not make mistakes, a very disciplined ball player. I think you can't overestimate the importance of somebody just doing their job. There's so many freelancers out there. There's so many defenders who are going for the sack or going for spectacular plays. You need somebody just doing his job. If you're supposed to stay in the middle, clog things up, you need a guy to do that. McMichael, when he gets a sack or disrupts the quarterback, it's almost always from coming straight in. Or maybe it'll be a quick spin move. He's got those little moves like a wrestler that I think are tremendously advantageous against some of the larger offensive linemen. He's a very small guy in this day and age for playing defensive tackle. But as much as his off-field persona is that of a crazy wild guy, his on-field persona is that of somebody who's very, very disciplined. And there's still room for people like that in this game.